Radio inherited many great comedy teams from vaudeville. Weber and Fields, Gallagher and Sheen, Wheeler and Woolsey, and, yes, Clark and McCullough. Bobby Clark is, of course, still with us, touring right now in the country and damn Yankees. But those of us who were fortunate enough to see Bobby and his partner, Paul McCullough, will never forget them. Here, in their very first radio broadcast, they have set themselves up as detectives. Let the fun begin again.
Don't you want to see this woman first?
Oh, she's not a woman. She's in disguise.
I am not, sir.
Well, if you're not, you should be. Are you here on business or pleasure?
Why, on business, of course.
On what? Miss Guff, tell her to go home. You know I don't do business with strangers.
But this is Mrs. Gideon Vanderpool.
Oh, I see. How are you, Mrs. Swimming Pool?
Vanderpool is the name.
Well, I was close.
Mrs. Vanderpool has some valuable jewelry that she wants watched tonight.
You mean this lady's actually a customer?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? You'll have to watch those things, Miss Guff. Well, welcome, lady. Put your feet all over, on the table, any place, in the wastebasket if you want to. Now, let's get right down to business and cut out all this faldy-row.
Well, it's about time. You see, I have over $50,000 worth of jewelry.
You intrigue me.
We usually keep it in the vault.
I see.
But tonight is the debut of our twin daughters. What will you charge to watch them?
Not 1 cent if they're good looking. And I'll bring all the beer.
Sir, I'm referring to the jewelry.
How provoking.
What will you charge? How much?
Well, hardly anything. I've cut my prices in half since they kidnapped my partner, Mr. McCullough.
Oh, I'd feel much safer about the jewelry if you were both on the case.
I wouldn't.
When will he be back?
How should I know? I told you he's been kidnapped.
And how does it look?
It looks very good that they'll kill him. They're holding him for $9. I sent them my 60-day note with interest payable at any bank.
Will the kidnappers take a note?
Oh, Bandy, old gal, if they took McCullough, they'll take anything. Wait a minute. That sounds like McCullough now. Shh. It is McCullough. I can smell his fur coat. Miss Guff, open the door. I'll open the window. He must have gnawed his way out, the rat. Well, well, well. Sure enough, McCullough himself in person. How are you, Mac?
Well, yes and no.
Good. Come in, sit down, catch your breath, and tell us all about it.
I can't sit down.
Why not?
I ain't got the time. I got to go right back to the kidnappers.
What?
They won't take a note, and they sent me to get the cash.
Boy, they're dumber than you are.
Say, who is this lady?
Why, this is Mrs.
Mrs. Gideon Vanderpool of Long Island.
This is my partner, Mr. McCullough. Shake her hand, Mac. Hey,
Why,
wait.
how dare you?
Wait,
Take
wait.
your hands off me.
Wait a
What
minute.
do you mean?
Wait a minute. What's going on here? Mac, please. I said her hand. No wrestling. Mrs. Vanderpool, you'll have to watch those things.
Why, the idea.
Now, Mac, we've been invited out tonight to watch a robbery.
Who invited us? The robbers?
No, Mrs. Vanderpool here.
Who are the robbers for the evening?
Well, how should I know?
Find out, or we don't go.
That's right.
You may have just a couple of second-class robbers there.
Technicality.
If you can't get the real thing, we're not interested.
Well, I certainly can't pick and choose my own robbers.
And we certainly can't watch every Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Oh, come, gentlemen. Are you or are you not going to take the job?
Yes, Mrs. Liverpool, if you'll quit stalling and get right down to business.
That's what I've been trying to tell her all the time.
Well, come on, let's get going. There's not a moment to be lost. And to save time, we'll all slide down the banisters. You're first, Mrs. V.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. You're first. She's off. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Look out for the splinters. Fancy, old gal, you'll have to watch those things.